Yo, yo, what is good, my people? Not much as per usual, but today is a decent day. I got hired on for a new company. I'm selling Kirby vacuums. I'm a salesman, finally. John worthy of a psychopath. Just kidding. But when it comes down to it, yeah, I got hired out of the 50 something people that were flying. Me and one, two, three, four, five people got hired. So me and four other people, or five other people got hired. Oh, fine chaps and a lady. Yeah. Moral of the story is they asked, hey, anybody going to the farmer's market today? And I was just like, yes, yes, I am. And they were like, later she asked me, why are you going to the farmer's market? What you doing there? And, you know, said activism. And she was like, pulled me aside. She was like, wait a minute. What kind of activism? She was like, she remembered me. And she was like, yo, that's awesome. I'm all for your sign. And I'm like, fuck yeah. So even my boss from HR is cool with my sign. And guess what? Long ago, I was told by an ex friend that I would never have an accepted view, and if I was found out in the workplace and be fired. But guess what? Here we are. Those are the hiring managers. Like, I'm down. I'm down. You're cool. So, fuck yeah. Remember y'all. Stand up for what you believe in. Even your hiring manager thinks you're cool for being an antinatalist. So, you know, fuck.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Testing one, two. Yes, awesome, cool, cool. Yeah, basically, what's going on? There's a little bit of delay, so my bad. But yeah, when it comes down to it, I'm out here going to the farmer's market again. Today's a decent day. Got hired on for sort of vacuum salesman with a couple other people. Um, I remember about fuck this guy. I knew this Italian dude back in the day named Claudio, and Claudio told me that no one would ever accept my antinatalist views in a workplace, and that I would be fired upon anybody hearing about my views. And guess what? My hiring manager that hired me literally yesterday, and my orientation was today. Well, 2 days ago was when I got hired, I guess. Was it yesterday? It was yesterday, yeah. But basically, moral story is, guess what? She was just like, "Who's going to the farmers market in Green Bay today?" And I was just like, "Oh, I am." And then a little bit later, she was just like, "Oh, what you doing at the farmers market?" And I'm like, "Activism, actually." And she was like, "Wait a minute." She's like, "Are you that guy?" And I'm like, "The one Stop Anything Kids sign." She's like, "Yeah, that guy." And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "That's awesome." So basically, moral story is people do accept our views, they think it's cool. They just won't go up to you and tell you that. So, um, there's a lot more people in agreement than you might think out there. There's just a lot of people that won't, like, have the balls to come up to you and be like, I agree. So she said hopefully she would see me at the farmer's market. So maybe I'll see my boss here. Most people find antagonism interesting if they don't agree. Yeah, exactly. Most people find it interesting, or if they do agree, they don't even talk about it because it's just part of the ordinary. I'm parked in a church parking lot because I can. Let's just take this one. They say they're an inclusive church, so let's see if they're inclusive enough. So, why do you always seem so happy? Because there's not a lot of. I'm a psychopath for one, so my mood is usually pretty neutral. and two, there's a lot of reasons for me to be subjectively in a decent mood. So I'm always in a decent mood unless like something bad happens in my life. But when it comes down to it, yeah, I get depressed like at least once or twice a day, like, and I get like extremely suicidal like maybe once or twice a day. But for the most part, I'm pretty okay. So it's just like those little moments where like I start questioning the validity of my life and existential dread floods over me and all that. But for the most part, I'm Gucci and everything's subjectively fine. I just understand, objectively speaking, that life is horrible and I'm basically just fighting against pain, and all the things that I feel about making me feel good are just illusions and have costs to them in other people's existence and my own. So I basically am fully aware of the hellscape that I'm in, but I just kind of try to tune out to it as much as possible, and I'm pretty good at it. So it's born into my DNA to be good at it. Desensitization is a psychopathic way. Hell yeah. Dude, they just behind, and I haven't even got there yet. Howdy. Already making people's day, and I haven't even got to the farmer's market yet, just walking on up. See, when it comes down to it, there's a lot more people in this world that are in agreement with us than you may think. Thank you. I appreciate it. An old dude just said that's pretty cool to me. Before I came to work, there was a dead rat in my front lawn. My girlfriend just to bury it with it. Oh, that's unfortunate, my dude. Have you named your feral cat anything? I mean, if you haven't, I think he should be named Reggie the Rat Killer. But that's only if you haven't killed him. I'm sorry, if you haven't named him yet. If you haven't named him, name him Reggie the Rat Killer. And if he's still alive in the future, you'll name him something even more hardcore. Like once he gets like a certain amount of rat kills, it's just the nature of the world. It has to be. Howdy. I haven't named him. I just call him Kitty. Well, now depending on if it's a guy or a girl, you have Reggie, and if it's a girl, I guess you have to have a girl name, like Rita the Rat Killer. That's the name if it's a girl cat.
Wonder, I don't know what band is playing.
Yeah, it's a bunch of people here. No fighting words, no threats. Hey, I'm not distributing anything. Cool, cool. Fine. I can sit outside the market day. I can sit right here. They've ramped up their rules since last time I was here. They saw my sign. They were like, "We can't have that happening no more." But I'll sit outside the farmers market and protest like an asshole, and they can't stop me. I will just sit on the threshold, you know. Hey, two people that have kids themselves just said that I have a point with my sign. So, hey, that's pretty base. Even people with kids realize that the sign has a point. Basically, the sign says birth is the catalyst of all suffering and death. So, you can't drive, man.
Did you try them? Yeah. Yeah.
Howdy. Yeah, you. My mother, unfortunately. Indeed, yeah. It's mutual, I'm sure. I mean, she likes me. I think she's a decent parent, but well, because I'm a decent son, you know, it's this is a fact.
One of those decent sons?
I mean,
They're not bad, I guess.
I don't see what your point is, but you like. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Not in this fucking world. Thanks, I appreciate it. Are you sure about that? At least I'm not thinking overalls are fashionable. So.
What if we're all dead? We're gone. Then what?
I mean, then I guess no one's suffering.
Life is suffering.
Yeah. I mean, why would you want to bring people into the world if life is suffering? That's 10 people suffering. That's 10 more people who are suffering. You do realize 1 in 5 people die of cancer. So 1 in 5 people statistically die of cancer. So one of your children will die of cancer.
You realize focus on who become. So if you focus on all the negative comes to you.
I'm a very negative person, but I haven't died of cancer yet. And unfortunately,
That's how it works. That's how life works. That's the secret.
Hey, man. I'm a fairly negative person, and I haven't died of cancer. Guess what? Unfortunately, when it comes down to it, most people who are religious and really happy are also poor. So they're not manifesting shit, bro. So, yeah, well, they're not manifesting shit for themselves. They're still gonna die in poverty, and their kids are gonna be worse off. So
What do you consider poverty?
not being able to get by.
It sounds like you're the one suffering and you're trying to inflict it on everybody else.
It sounds like I'm just trying to not have people inflict suffering unnecessarily into the world, sir. But okay. Oh, man. Howdy.
That's not what I expected when I looked at it.
Yeah, it's not a pro-abortion sign. I'm sorry, it is a pro-abortion sign. It's not a pro-choice, pro-life sign.
And I wish my dad and my mom would listen to us.
Same, man.
I'm not always up. Where are we?
Pro-choice / pro-death. Yeah, I don't think anybody should be brought into this world. Never, no, including animals. So. Are you not in agreement, or?
We do that. We exist. We exist. We live in a different world.
I mean, I don't believe in the afterlife, but as far as if there isn't hell or if there is a risk of hell, I mean, I don't think we should bring new people into this world for sure.
We exist. We can't escape existence.
You can't escape existence? Well, what do you mean by that? I mean, are you talking like generic subjective continuity, or? I mean,
I don't know why we would want to impose bodies upon other spirit beings, though. I mean, there was at one point there was less human beings and less biodiversity on Earth than there is now. So clearly, if there were spirit beings, they were only inhabiting a small portion of beings. So why would you want to impose physical bodies upon these spirit beings? Like what? Those are only things that you need because you're limited by the form of your physical body. If you didn't have a physical body, why would you need to worry about such things? Those are just desires that you're being imposed upon you by your physical body.
Most you don't have a physical body, you're kind of just existing. And somebody else will take your existence. So it's a constant push and pull, tug and war. So eventually, you're going to go somewhere, whether it's your choice or somebody else's choice.
Well, at one point there was no one on this earth. There was no life at all. It was just chemicals. And you think that was on purpose, intentional by something? By God?
When we're incompetent, we call God. See, when you walk here, you're a king. Now, when you walk, a dome forms over you. So logic cast to that king. It's called the God. Okay. Now, when there's a number of kingdoms, between the kingdoms there's a vow that protects logic between the kingdoms. So then, who do all the vows call God? Well, no one. So no one's the real God. But anyway, I can explain more.
Fair enough. Take care. It was some crazy dude just talking about like fucking some spiritual shit. But fair enough. Talking about like chakras. What does this mean? No, it's all right. A lot of people don't know about this. What's called the antinatalists. We believe that it's wrong to bring new beings into existence, human, animal.
Really?
Yeah, anything that can suffer essentially, we don't believe it's right to impose unnecessary suffering on another being. So.
Good for you. That's actually, I never thought about that. Yeah, I never thought about that.
Thank you. Take care. Howdy. All right. Yeah. We believe it's unethical to impose unnecessary suffering upon both humans or animals, anything that can feel pain. So we basically think it's unethical to bring children into this world without a good justification to do so. We don't believe most people do are having that justification. Thank you. Same with you. So now that I'm here, I'm just trying to make the best of it and cause some change for the rest of people that hopefully won't come into existence. So. Thank you. the cops are on my side again. Whenever they see me, they always hang out on my side to make sure I don't get like attacked. It's always cute. I have my own little home squad. Damn, that dude just said I want to get hit. Fair enough. I mean, I don't exactly want to get hit, but it would be the worst way, I guess. Being born was a little worse than being hit, I guess. Yeah. Depression's a bigger punch in the gut than anybody can do.
I don't think crazy learned about watching.
Out.
Exactly this. See how voluntary human extinction.
Oh, you like your part of human?
Is that how you say it? I don't know how to say it. All I know is that I'm the only person who's ever heard of it.
Yeah, I'm an antinatalist nephalist, so it's part of the same movement, basically.
Interesting. I'm totally safe. So.
I'm also a vasectomy. Hell yeah.
Yeah, if they would let me, I would.
That's a shame. Howdy. Thank you.
Like 4 or 5s.
Parents.
Oh, that kid doesn't look that bad.
Oh, I got 2 fingers. Oh, I win. Well, apparently you do. Boo! You're a cow. You're talking about your own wife. You keep the wife part quiet because I'm gonna get shit on me. But you know, we're I don't really think that, sir. You might want to come over here and explain why I'm lucky to be alive. Don't just walk away and say I'm lucky, bro. It's a little mean.
Okay, so can I ask what this is about?
Yeah, I'm an antinatalist. I believe that it's wrong to unnecessarily impose suffering on anybody, pretty much. So when it comes down to it, I don't think we have enough reasons for bringing new animals into existence, yet alone human animals people. So yeah, we basically just hurt people that believe it's unnecessary and wrong to bring people into existence and animals. Period. Period. Yes. Period. I mean, if there was like, I'm technically an ethicist, I guess. Also, I don't really do advocacy work for ethicalism. Thank you. I appreciate it. But basically, ethicalism is a little more consequentialist based. So basically, I think that like if you want to go the route of like going about extinction through say genetic engineering of like infertility, recessive gene editing. You might need future generations for that. In that case, it wouldn't be an unnecessary harm to bring those people into existence. It'd still be a harm to bring them into existence, but it would be kind of like a necessary evil per se, you know, to prevent a larger quantity of suffering of future generations. But I don't really have a case for gene editing people or animals out of existence. I think for the most part, humans just voluntarily go extinct, and for animals, break these playways we do that. Genetic engineering, more fast timeline. So I basically think we should just not incorporate under any circumstances.
Yeah.
Is there like a like it's just an international international? Yeah. It's just like millions of people that believe it, but around the world. So yeah. All right. So it's StopLivingKids.org. StopLivingKids.org. There's also the Voluntary Extinction Movement. Have you ever heard of Anthony Wilson before? That's the problem. Most people that are walking by and probably haven't either. Yeah. I guess, if you go to the website, Stopping Kids, there's more information on antinatalism there, but I highly recommend going on YouTube and just checking out different channels. There's a lot of information on there. There's a lot of different channels that are talking about it. It's not having like a weird term for antinatalism yet, so it's kind of it's philosophy that's been around for about 2,000 years, but it's like recently kind of caught fire. So,
So is there like a space here in the Green Bay area that you know of, or like a national space, or like is there like a
headquarters? I don't think so. I think we're just people got together and made a website, and then like a volunteer area and a community area, and like basically just like how I got the sign is I just went to the website, copied saved their template up to 3 templates, went to the local map sign store, and then just got it printed out. Got myself a solicitor's license, that way I can hand them information involved in the area. Can't do it here, because I'm in Green Bay, otherwise I can't do my business card. But I'm allowed to just sit on any sidewalk with this, so I basically just got started. There's other antinatalists around Green Bay, but no one really doing this per se. So
yeah, definitely
I know.
All right, I'll definitely check that out. I'm sorry, I have to run to the meeting quick.
Yeah, no problem.
But yeah.
All right. Hey, here, it was nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
That's right.
Hallelujah, man! Amen. Hallelujah! I am, I assure you. I'm not a riot at parties and boring as shit at parties. Well, it depends. If I'm on like copious amount of drugs, then it'll become a little bit more exciting. But... Yeah, too, man. Fair enough. Hopefully, no more.
Oh, dude. That's pretty good. I was like, I'm pretty cool.
Oh, the slides for you. You can pay me something.
I'm doing this voluntarily. This is just, I'm not getting paid. I'm sorry.
Oh, man. I was just hold that slide and I get paid for it.
I wish I was getting paid for this, but no, I'm not.
Okay. And you're talking white?
Talking to me? I don't know who you're talking to.
We are on a global increase in population.
I know we are. It's unfortunate.
Population is a problem. It's just worse.
I have no problem with overpopulation. I have problems with the fact people are suffering here, sir. It can be as sustainable as you like, but the fact we're in pain doesn't change. So, howdy.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right on the subjective level. How are you?
All right.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm just doing a bit of activism. Trying to have people not have kids. So,
I know how that feels.
yeah. Too many people in the world suffering.
I'm always like those. I like that.
Straight for an hour and 6 minutes at the farmer's market. Nice. Yeah, live stream. So,